Shame and guilt are two things that are very paralyzing in healing. It's like living in a prison and wanting to be on the other side of it so much, but you yourself hold the key to unlocking some of that. And I think unlocking it is shame and guilt. This is something that's happening so commonly, and we're taking very few steps not only to prevent it, but to help overcome it. The more we talk about it, I think the better everybody gets. As a survivor of both domestic and sexual violence for a really long time, I didn't even know that what had happened to me was wrong. And then to meet other people and talk to them in the privacy and confidentiality as being an attorney, people will open up and talk to me about all sorts of things that they've never told anyone before in their life. And then to realize that there's actually this subculture or community that's available for us to tap into and realize that it's hard and it's difficult, and I wish it had never happened, but it did, so we might as well connect over this. And that has been perhaps the greatest gift of being able to look back in time and realize that this thing happened so I could be a better person. Everything is one day at a time, and I think for all of us, regardless of where we are in the journey, it's so important to know that everyone else might look like they're doing okay, but they may be dealing with their own thing. And the same is true within us. So one day may be really good and the next day may not be. Healing is not linear. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs. So it really is just today I'm going to be the very best version of me that I can be, and then leave that day there and start again tomorrow. I have a painting in my office and it has no actual shape. It's very bright, vibrant, pretty colors, and the paint all comes down. And when you first look at it, it almost feels overwhelming, but then you see the cascade of colors. And I think that that is really an image of healing for me, where it is beautiful, but there is a lot to it. The journey to healing begins when we stop tolerating something. So our tolerations have to change, and that means that everything in our life starts to become out of balance. So if I'm no longer going to tolerate being spoken to this way, I may experience a repercussion if I stand up for myself with a violent person. And that really is the start to healing. Every survivor needs to see someone who looks like them and has a similar life experience of them who is also a survivor, so that we can see that the whole spectrum, this is not something that just happens to certain people, and from different socioeconomic backgrounds as well. So, because it's happening and people are surviving it, and like celebrating that bravery and that accomplishment of overcoming, and the strength and fortitude and the bravery of being in possibly the room with the bravest person that you may ever get to meet is astounding and something to really embrace. What we need is someone to really believe in us and to fiercely advocate for us. They need a cheerleader. We need a cheerleader.